Scrappy friends, it's Kim Sparks back from Making Creative Memories in Time, and I am here today to wrap up my final photo for Ashley's 2002 album. I'm ready to put this album in the finished album category and deliver it to Ashley. So the closing photo for her 2002, this was technically a Christmas picture, but I loved that it was this just winter snow theme and these snowballs. So this was a 5x7. I trimmed it down just a little and added my notorious white mat. And this is just a fun paper that just sort of mimics snow. And can you believe it? I am going to use another base page that is not a white base page. Can you believe it? I love this. This is perfect for this picture. This is from the Flurry of Fun collection. And you have this dark, just very winter-esque, snowy, cloudy sky. And then you have these little ghosted in snowflakes. I love it. And then at the bottom is just your freshly fallen mounds of snow. And I thought this would just be perfect for this photo. I have pulled just a few embellishments from Flurry of Fun. And then I used just some snowflake thin cuts that I already have in my stash, and I cut some on vellum, just clear vellum paper, and then I cut some from silver glitter and some from a bluebell glitter. And I am going to go ahead and get started though with my title. I'm just going to trade out mats because I need this one to be directly in front of me while I'm working. And I have pulled our white letters, and I am going to do the title Let It Snow just because I feel like that's perfect for what I'm doing for Ashley. So I'm doing Let It Snow. And we are going to do a little technique. Hopefully it turns out okay. If not, then I don't know what we're going to do because I will have wasted these letters. So we are going to use some shimmer brush. And this is just a little scrap all-purpose mat, craft mat. And I like it because it's small. I've pulled the Bluebell shimmer brush because it's going to match those snowflakes I'm working with. And then I've pulled the Silver Creative Memories shimmer brush. And we're going to, in just two soft blending brushes, we're going to shake these up. And we're going to just deposit. And I'm going to go ahead and squirt quite a bit, because I know my brush is just going to absorb a lot of this. So what I want to do is, there's not going to be rhyme or reason. I'm just going to color the tops midway down with the Bluebell, and then the bottom is going to be the silver. And it would look just as pretty if it was blue at the bottom and silver at the top. This is just a preference. And I am working on a silicone mat. And you can see I picked up too much ink. So we're not even going to go back in the ink. I overestimated that ink. So we're just going to go back in to what we've already got there, so it's not as wet. And then as this dries, I can come back into it. And friends, don't worry about your silicone mat. This will wash out of your silicone mat, but your silicone mat holds this in place. I'm hoping this is going to be very pretty, friends, very pretty. So I overestimated, and it could be the difference between Creative Memories and Close to My Heart. The Close to My Heart is a lot thinner shimmer brush ink, shimmer ink, as opposed to the Creative Memories. Creative Memories is a little bit thicker. And then let's just see what it looks like with the second coat. I think a second coat is going to darken it down and will make a very distinct color difference between the blue and the silver. Oh, I'm loving this, friends. I am loving this, friends. You know me, it doesn't take a lot to make me extremely happy. I don't want to squirt any more out if I can help it. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're going to bring in just some water and my good old handy dandy microfiber towel to clean this up before we put down some silver. Turn it over to the dry side and just dry for a moment. Now, I am not going to go back in with the same brush. I'm going to go in with a clean brush. And these wash. These brushes I picked up for near nothing at Amazon. These are miniature. If you can see the head of these are miniature. And they're perfect for this type of work right here. So, and they do wash. Just a little bit of mild dish soap and they will wash beautifully. So I'm going to shake up the silver. And I'm so hoping that around Christmas time that we get some more. And this is a little bit darker silver, but I want this to show up. And I want to just make sure that I'm blending into the area where the blue and the silver meet. You don't want any little white areas. I think this probably could have been done like with a clear or a white. Let me just, I don't know that I'm liking that. Let me pull, hang tight, friends, hang tight. Let's try this with white. Now, there we go. Let's have at it. I am loving this so much. Hope the camera is picking. That's what yes. That's what we needed. 100% that's what we needed. Yes. So this is going to be beautiful. I love it. Let's sprinkle a little more white shimmer. And hopefully for the holidays, we get some more of these. And I know this sort of may feel a little wasteful to you guys because we are wasting some shimmer ink. But wow, what an effect this is giving. And I'm just going to take what's on my brush and just sort of wipe over because this white has a little extra shimmer to it. And I just sort of want to cast that all over these letters. Oh, I'm so loving this, friends. Yes, I am. So I am going to go ahead and pitch this L. We are going to transfer these while they're drying to let it snow. These are darling. We're going to let them dry while we work on the rest of the page. And I'm going to show you how quickly these this matte dries, or cleans up rather. Don't be afraid to use your mattes, friends. These mattes are made to be used. Now, I will say the shimmer brush may leave a little bit of shimmer sparkle behind, and if that's the case, then just try a little shallow sink of water with a little mild detergent. Rinse it off, roll your mat out flat on 2 towels and let it dry. Let it dry one side and then flip it over and let it dry the other side on a clean dry towel. And that should take care of any of the remaining shimmer. That does not bother me in the least. A little shimmer is good for the soul, friends. A little shimmer is good for the soul. Okay, so let's work on our page now. We're going to let this continue to dry. Okay. So this is going to be an extremely simple page. I am basically going to center my photo just a little. Very simple page. Well, it may be offset just a little because I'm going to have a little cluster up here, little cluster, and I'm going to have a little cluster down here, and then my title is going to sort of flow into this cluster. Okay, so eyeballing this. I do not want to stand and get my head in. Okay, so what I'm thinking is there was this little set of embellishments and there was this one little set of snowflakes. Not really sure that I'm going to use these snowflakes because they're not at a way that I can cut them apart unless I cut this one off. So I'm not sure I'm going to use those. But what I'm thinking is down here I might pull in, because I'm going to have something of all 3 snowflakes in each cluster. I think I might pull in a blue snowflake here. And I might pull in a smaller or what we may do is like this, 2 larger. And then have a smaller. Now, you can totally put a little bit of ink on your vellum. I don't want to. I want the vellum to sort of mimic actual snow. I'm just dry fitting right here, friends. I think I want that snowflake there. There's going to be this little cold poof of air. And then we're going to have our little mittens and scarf. Scarf and hat, rather. And our little mittens. And then the word frosty. Ooh, I'm liking that. Okay, I'm liking that. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so we're going to pull in some Barely Arts liquid glue, and I can tell that my pen feels a little stuck, so we're going to have to prime this to make sure we're good. And I'm only going to put glue in 1 or 2 spots, definitely right in the center, because y'all know me. If you follow me, you know I like, what's that thing I like to say, movement, a little bit of free flow on a page. And for me, even though it's going to go in an album and it's probably going to get smushed pretty tight, depending on, and this book in particular is a little thick, so it probably will get smushed, but I still just like those little loose edges. I just think that adds just a little something. I just really like that. Now let's come in with this heart. So I think this heart is going to go up on some... Now these are the regular foam dots. These are not the super thin. These are the ones from Creative Memories, the regular foam dots. I think I am almost out of my super thin. I need to order some more from scrapbook.com. So these are going to add a little bit of dimension. I don't need to add any here. I just need to add a couple right at the bottom. Because this is already up on foam. But so this doesn't wiggle around, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right there and stick that down. This little guy, oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And when I complete an album, friends, I do like a little love letter on the inside of the back album cover to Ashley or John or Liliana, whoever the album is going to, whoever's going to inherit my album. And even though these are photos of Ashley from 2002 and it's now 2025, so these photos are 23 years old. When I do my little love letter, my love letter is language of present day, and it's me reflecting back on this year that I am scrapbooking this album that I have just completed. It's my thoughts, my feelings, things I want in this particular album, things I want Ashley to know or remember, right? Is that cluster not just adorable? So you see why, friends, I wanted to go with this paper. Like, I was like, this will be the perfect base page. Hopefully my head does not get in this. I'm feeling a little crooked for some reason, and I think I see what my problem is. So sometimes that recovering perfectionism goes right out the window. Sometimes I can let it go, and sometimes it goes right out the window. There, friends, that looks better. Okay, now we are ready to move on. And up here, I think I want to do a silver, and I think I want vellum and blue. I don't want this to be a big something. I just want this, and then we're going to do snow days. Even though this is not her out playing in the snow, I just think this is super perfect for this being a snowy theme. And I do remember this being one of her... I don't remember where her mom had these pictures taken. Back in that day, we did a lot of... that was when you could go to department stores like Penny's. I'm wanting to think even like Walmart around holiday time. Walmart would set up and have some portraits back in the day. And I may end up needing to put a glue dot on that because that's glitter. So let's just do that. Let's pull in a glue dot. And I do think that's what I'm going to need to do. There we go. Glue dot will allow that to stick. And then, oh, I see a couple little places that should have punched out that didn't punch out. We'll go ahead and get these out, and then we'll just dust our page off because they're going to fall right here on our page, and that's fine. We'll dust them off. And I can already tell you, we are probably going to cover the photo, and we're probably going to do a little sprinkle of some Bluebell shimmer brush right around our clusters. And hopefully this will, I'm only going to do it around this outer sort of star area. Hopefully this will stick. So this is like a layer of snowflakes. And then our snow days, I think I'm just going to let it go right over that. And I'm going to pop a couple of the little small foam dots. I am loving this. Look how cute, friends. I'm loving it. Okay, so now we're going to work on our title down here. And we're going to do these pretty tightly to see how that just, oh, it's going to look so pretty. I'm working backwards because like lit may need to be up here at the top. So we're going to work backwards. I didn't want it all the way at the bottom. I wanted it somewhat connected to this cluster. So we're just going to work our way a little bit backwards. Normally when I work with alphabet stickers, these die cut alphabet, I do work a little bit backwards. Yes, we're probably going to have let it snow. That's probably how this is going to happen. And don't worry if the shimmer sinks through to the back of your alphabet. The alphabet absorbed that. It's not going to get absorbed into this paper at all. The die cut letter has absorbed it. Okay, now here's what we may do. We may have nope, I'm not liking that. We may have a little silver snowflake right here. And this one, when I peeled it off the die cut, it broke. But I can still attach that. We may do that, friends. Let's adhere this one first. And we're going to come in with this one that broke. And then we're going to do the silver one right over it. Oh, I love it. And then there is this little, somewhere back here. There it is. There's this little blue star that came out of this snowflake. And we're going to add, just so we have that little hint of blue, we're going to add that little star. That way we have the same color in each cluster. So this started out as a diagonal embellishment, diagonal design element to draw your eye across the page, but now it's ending up as a visual triangle. And I absolutely love what has happened with these alphabet. Yes, I do. I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. And I hope you are encouraged to try something new with these alphabet. Even if you don't have these alphabet, but you have, if you're not a creative memories person and you have some alphabet die cut in your stash, pull them out and cut them on white cardstock and then experiment with, oh, I love it. I love it. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, so I do think that other than a few little sprinkles of some blue shimmer brush, this is going to be finished. So I am just going to mostly cover up, because I don't care if it gets on the mat. I just don't want it on the photo. Because if you try to take shimmer brush, shimmer ink off of a photo, it's going to be a mess. Trust me when I tell you this. It's going to be a mess. Oh, I'm loving this, friends. We're going to have to get a little more ink out. And it's okay if it splatters over the letters too. And then let's come over here and do some around this cluster. Now the thing you have to pay attention to if you're using a shimmer brush is anywhere that there may be a big drop coming, you don't want that big drop. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let me clean up this mess, and we are finished, friends. This page is finished. I love it. So here's a look at that shimmer. There's a look at our title, Let It Snow, and that cluster with that shimmer. What do you think, friends? Did you enjoy this final page? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to put any journaling on this because I don't feel this photo actually needs journaling. It's just the end of an album. And as I said, I write a little love letter on the inside of the back album cover. Right here. I write a little love letter right there. So this will be the closing of Ashley's 2002. She was born in 2000, so she was 2 years old. I am so happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Happy scrapping!